Hey guys, welcome back. It's your brother in Christ, Weston. Thanks for joining me today. By the way, happy Thanksgiving. This is on Friday, Black Friday. So if you're out doing some shopping and whatnot, please be careful. People can get a little crazy during this time. So today's article is coming out of Zero Hedge. Let's get into it. A scared new world. I can say that. Here's what we know about the new thing. You see it up there. It's a new pain that is coming out. Summarizing our post from last night, which we urge everyone to read for those who are just now waking up to the global chaos resulting in this new V word. There's the description, the name of it, the name they gave it, at least for its, I guess, code, which later today is expected to be named the Greek letter nu. Here's what we know, courtesy of New Squawk and Credit Suisse and Citi. Regarded as the most heavily the most heavily changing V word of the CV. Thus far as it has 32 changes in its SP and 50 overall. Most specifically, scientists have highlighted that there are 10 changes versus the 2 in the current V word that we have going on that starts with the Greek letter D, or that name. Regarding the receptor binding domain, which is the portion of the V word that makes initial contact with cells, the new V word, which was identified 5 days initially in Botswana, with subsequent confirmation sequencing in South Africa, about 100 of confirmed things have been detected in Israel. This has also been detected in Israel, Hong Kong, as of this morning, and Belgium. So just letting you know right now, it's gonna show up here somehow, some way, and I just want to tell you right now, I told you so. I haven't even read this whole article, and I could stop right here and make this an hour-long spiel of video after thought, after telling you exactly how we continue to get divided between people who have this and people who don't, and then there will continue to be more when we're coming out of the current one we're going through, and people are like, I don't care, and guess what? These girl dates are being shut down, and you can't force them on people, and people are pushing back, and people are coming around, and now you're seeing all these articles about people who are getting this are the ones that are actually, kicking the bucket more and more and more, and people are just randomly falling off. Athletes, people are getting all kinds of side effects, all kinds of everything, versus the person who doesn't have it. Crazy enough, right? Sorry, I guess we're just, crazy and should be locked up and thrown in camps, right? Right? Even though we told you about the camps, right? Goodness gracious. So let's continue. It says here, it was identified 5 days ago, blah, blah, blah. Sequencing data suggests that this name, the numeral name, has a different evolutionary pathway and shares a few common changes with the Greek letter B and the Greek letter D V words. That said, they cautioned last night a significant number of changes might not necessarily be a bad thing, as it is dependent upon those changes and how they function, which scientists have yet to establish. Then again, since it is the job of science to fearmonger so that this V word organization can buy an even bigger yacht. Dude, I am telling you, man. Oh my gosh. Oh, mind you, I've got all kinds of stuff back here. I've got Christmas stuff coming out of the garage and my son's stuff here. So just look past all that, even though it's probably going to be in not every video, but most of them. Okay, and so let's just keep looking. Here is a picture or a graph showing a spread from this place, South A word. I'm not going to say that because why? Because I know it's tied to what's going on now. So YouTube and the algorithm are going to pick it up. And it says here, is it more deadly? It is currently too early to determine whether the new changes, the new V word, have a higher kick the bucket rate than the previous ones. Reported cases have started rising in SA and on November 19th. An impact on people going to a place where doctors are at. I don't even know if I can say doctors, goodness gracious. The C word related kick the buckets will not yet have emerged. Testing and detectability. There is this doctor, Tulio de Oliveira, the director of Center for this Response, or CERI, has written that the new change has been detected by a normal 3-letter acronym test, and such will be easy to track. It wasn't immediately clear if one of those was an FP or a false positive. I'm sure I can say that, but it's safe to assume now. And then there's a silver lining here, yada, yada, yada. How widespread is it? As of Thursday, 100 people have been detected in SA and has become the most dominant of them all. The early 3-letter acronym test results show that 90% of the 1,100 new people reported Wednesday in SA province. That includes Johannesburg, which was caused by the new V word. Okay, blah 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 blah. Who cares? Transmission. I'm gonna skip that part because that doesn't matter. I know I won't skip it. It says the new V word is spreading very quickly. Under 2 weeks, it's now dominating all inhabitations in SA, following the D word, which was the current one that we're in, that everybody, ABC, all the Greek word, ABCD, was the current domination of thing that was getting passed around, writing that the new V word is now 75% of the last genomes and soon to reach 100. Additionally, the V word contains changes that have never been seen. Come on, man. Like, I refuse to hear that at this point. Never been seen. I feel like that's so much fear mongering that people are just going to hear it and be like, oh my God, they're going to freak out. And look at where our economy's at. Look at where everything's tanking, where the dollar's collapsing, oil, energy, food, hyperinflation, shipping crisis. We have a border crisis that's just now. I had a friend send me an article that was showing that people are going to be required to have this before they can even cross. What is it? Russia, you have China, you have the talks between there. Goodness gracious. And then all of a sudden, here comes another one. You cannot tell me in the past, I don't know, 50 years maybe? We've had something like this just show up back to 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 back. Like, there have been major events, but not in the sense of like one event, another event, another event. And then we got climate, and then we got division, and then we got, it doesn't stop. It just doesn't. Now you've got smallpox, and now you've got monkeypox. I was just talking about these things, and I have been saying it in almost every single video. There have been major events that have happened in the past 50 years, but there have never been like major events that have happened back to back to back to back to back. Like, it's been like that for going on 2 years. You think you're getting out of it? You are wrong. Like, it's not going to happen. There's something going on here. And I am telling you, this is not just by happen chance. This is on purpose. This is planned. This is predetermined. The Lord is going to be using all of this for his good, for our good and his glory. But it's going to make Bible prophecy come to pass. And this is where we get the collapse. This is where we get New world government, one world order, one world religion, one world currency. You can see the writing on the wall with this. Where I'm about to go next here is the V word, these. As I say here, it's too early to accurately determine a V word response to the new change. However, significant numbers of the V words increase the likelihood that the current V words, which are designed with the original C word in mind, to may be less effective. Of course it is. Why? Because then they're going to bring something else out, and then they're going to make money off of that, right? And then all of a sudden, natural unity won't work anymore, right? And it's like, hey, even more sense of having to take this. It's not because you're anti-V word whatsoever. It's because there are so many red flags. It's just, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to insult anybody's intelligence or what you've made, but it it is ignorant at this point to literally think that just continue to do this. You're like a druggie. Like you're just, hey, pop a vein right here. Let me get what but the side effects are real. Like this is a real thing. And there is something incredibly wrong here. And I'm just waking up to this information on Black Friday. It says known versions include that those make it more challenging for antibodies to recognize their presence. I can't say some of these words. Lab testing, I hope I can say that, is already underway in SA at their institute. The test for numerous changes and comparisons to the sequence of the current to the current one of these to see what's all changed, to how they can manipulate and they can tailor make one for this, right? It says right here, this is what's concerning. New one of these would be available in 100 days. According to this organization that starts with a P, who makes these, if a V-word escape version emerges, the company expects to develop and produce a tailor-made one of these against that version in 100 days. That is crazy. Like, what are you? Like, you are literally a lab rat at this point. Like, I'm being as vocal as possible. The rest of this article is pretty long, and by reading the rest of this, I'm sure I'm gonna have to butcher every other word. So I'll leave the rest up to you guys. I wanna make a point here. It's not going to stop, and you need to tell people. And if you've taken this, I'm telling you, I think you need to stop, because the only way this is going to stop is if people can't profit off of it. First of all, think of how much money these three organizations have made. In particular, the one that starts with a P, they have made billions. Like, and it's like record sales for them. Like this doesn't make any sense. There are side effects. Go Google it. Even if you fear for yourself, like not wanting to know, you should know, because now you're gonna get your third one and your fourth one, and then here comes a new version, and now I gotta get this one, and that's not even a part of the current series that I was getting, and I gotta get this one, then I gotta get this one. When does it stop for you? I just don't know, and it's super concerning that that anybody would just willy-nilly just, here, take it or whatever. Like, stop for a second and ask yourself, is something wrong here? Like, ask yourself, like, hey, something's, and it always seems perfectly timed. We just got out of Thanksgiving. Come on, give them a boost, bring them back down. Give them a boost, bring them back down. And then it's just shows up during this crazy time. And I told you it would. I told you it was coming. I told you, and it's not even. Now you got a double dose, right? You got smallpox, and I'm sure this video is going to get taken down for me saying that, because I'm sure that word is now going to be used as a part of the algorithm for something to find. And then you got this one, right? So now you got a double whammy, right? So this is what I would consider a blank imic number 2, right? This is what's going to happen. And it's gonna destroy and continue to destroy, because people are looking for power. Something is changing here. The landscape is changing to get bodies in power that should not be there. Why? Because something is happening. Not because the world is bad, people are being bad people. No, it's because there is a satanic, demonic, antichrist spirit that is looking to emerge. The beast system, the 7-headed dragon, 10 horns, a little horn, beasts of the sea, beasts of the earth, fallen angels, like Book of Revelation written all over Daniel 9, Daniel 7, 8, and 9, Daniel 10. So listen to me. Like, if your organization asks you to do this, I'm praying that you'll say, no, I've gotten whether you've gotten 2 or not, right? Like, you're fully this. And at that point, and I wouldn't even have recommended those because of just all the red flags. And just to say you're gonna have something out in 100 days, are you serious? Like, that's how fast we're at now, where we can just whip them out and then somehow they work? You're telling me that you're gonna now trust 100 days? When is it gonna be 50, and then 20, and then 5, and then the next day? And then, when those don't work, we're gonna move on past those and just totally skip past 100 days. We're gonna start putting stuff in your body that's gonna sit there, like devices. Yeah. This is nuts. Like, if you're freaked out about this, I wouldn't be. Because the only way that I would even say the only way you're gonna get out of this is if it's the Lord's will, first and foremost. And two, if you do not comply. If you will not comply and you will push back. Remember, America's too free. You heard it here first. I've said it so many times. You're too free. In Bible prophecy, I don't know where we sit at. I still don't know where we sit at. And I still need to do more research and be more intentional about it. So yeah, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you all think in the comments below. And where you see this going. You already know where I stand. And if you want me to make another video just specifically on how I see it all playing out, I'll do that as well. And just a video catered to just that. And so yeah, that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next one.